Hey y'all, it's me, Stop, Drop, and Roll On, and I'm finished with my working out for the day. And I will put the stats up. Sister on a mission for the Vermont walk, and I'm gonna have to pick a store. I'm gonna pick a store somewhere in I'm gonna pick a store, and I did calculate just like it's I rounded it up like 1,800 miles from where I live to there. And then I was like, well, if I do 5 miles a day, this thing is gonna take me a whole almost an entire year. I'm gonna have to see that right there is an incentive to me to amp it up because I don't want to be talking about this in a year from now. Um, but I am gonna do it. So anywho, I'm on here this evening to let y'all know that I had got my workout in. And I don't know why I always like getting distracted and razzle dazzle. Leave that alone, little kitty. But one of the things, well, let me put it like this. I got a magazine the other day. Well, I done had this magazine for longer than the other day. And on the cover, it's old magazine. And let me just put the disclaimer out here. I don't hang off, um, the only person whose words I hang off of, no matter what, whether it's morning or night or evening or noon, is the word of God. Okay? That's it. That is it. I'm just telling the truth. Um, so when this lady talked about what she know for sure and all of that stuff, things, situations, folks, and stuff like that can turn on a dime. However, with that being said, on the cover of this magazine, and I'm not advertising for it, y'all know Oprah, okay? But on here, April 2015 is this one. Um, here it is right here. Are you ready for change? And it say how to handle life's little surprises and come out stronger, wiser, and better than ever. Now that part down there, I didn't even pay no attention to. The thing that caught me is, are you ready for change? And I think that even with these healthy lifestyles and stuff like that, that we are those of us that are embarking on change and stuff like that, I really do think that the truth of the matter is that you have to be ready for more than just the physical change. You have to be ready for the strength that comes um from the physical change itself and from the changing of patterns and habits and things like that. And you also have to be prepared for people's reaction to your change. Everybody is not going to be jumping up and down and throwing confetti because I chose to walk today or I chose to move my meat in another way or something like that. And so I am prepared for that because it's been my reality for a while. I can't get excited, but I have to preface that with saying that there has been times which is part of the reason that's taken me so long to do what I do, regardless to whether anybody say anything or not, or whether Pierre come in here and ooh, this light is getting on my nerves, or whether Pierre come in here and just say X, Y, Z or whatever. And so where I'm at this point is it doesn't matter. I mean, it's great to have that coming from outside, but a lot of this change is internal. And the way that you respond to the change and to how other people respond to your changes is going to be an internal thing, and it is not going to be easy every day. I started about a year and a half ago getting my mind together because I have had years on end of knowing people, getting to see people and seeing people's patterns is the word that is what I really should be saying, because and looking at my own self too. I mean, it's not just like other people is the problem. I've been my own problem because nobody's coming through here with a spoon It's been a long time since anybody has spoon fed me. Okay? And so nobody has been doing the damage to me. It's just been my response to different things. And so what I decided, and I knew, and I really do give a lot of thought to the levels of friendship and what really friendship means, because to me, I think that it means different things to different people. And I think that everybody has a definition of what friendship is and expectations. And depending on where you are on the continuum of life, from a chronological standpoint, from a maturity standpoint, and from an emotional standpoint, your response is going to be different. And I think that, and this is my own personal opinion, and it is based upon the things that I have experienced and what I have seen, is that sometimes friendship is a very fickle thing. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because in the past, relationships have really, as it relates to friendship, not the marriage relationship, but the friendship relationship is what I'm talking about specifically, has caused me a lot of emotional eating. And so about a year and a half, I could say I knew that I've been doing this for a while, but I just said that I needed to get a grip on my response to what other people do and what I do to me because of how I perceive either what they said or how I really am. Sometimes if somebody slap you, you don't have to perceive that they're angry with you. You can pretty much understand that, you done did something to be offensive to them, or they think that you have, and therefore their hand has made contact with your face. Okay? I don't have to stand up there and perceive that you're angry with me if you just got through giving me one of them Hollywood slaps. And so I said, so, is my response back to these people. And mind you, I'm talking about relationships that are not people that you meeting on the street. I'm talking about what I call my yacht relationships and not dinghy relationships. And dinghy, y'all know them little boats, like think Jaws, like the little boat that the man was in, the little fisherman man that was in the old Jaws, not this new stuff, but the old Jaws. And then we talking about a yacht that's fully equipped and has all the amenities. Well, I have relationships like that. One that, you got the necessities that you need to be able to do what you need to do, but it's not developed enough to a point for you to be comfortable. It's purposeful, and that is the way that it is. But when you have a yacht relationship slash friendship, it is the type of friendship that you can just lean back into and be yourself. That people get you, you get them. You know how far to go with that person. You have equal mores and rules. It transcends culture and things of that nature. Now, there are some lines that cannot be crossed, and when they are, that can change the status. If I'm sitting up here and we going smooth, and then all of a sudden we go over into international waters, well, we getting ready to have some people speed up on the side of us, and they gonna come with guns drawn. Well, but the person that you had a yacht relationship with knows how far to go, and usually they don't ever cross those lines because like-minded. Nobody's putting on airs. Ain't nobody trying to one up anybody. And then it's not that type of, it's not a tug, where you doing this all the time. I brought all this up because I have a letter on my desk that I wrote over a month ago, and it's for it goes to one of my yacht relationships. This is a person that I've known, and I have several friends that I've known over 30 years. And they are the ones that are having issues, and that I have the potential to have issues with. Um, because I am changing. There are some things that I used to put up with 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I can even say 6 months ago, to be totally honest, that I will no longer put up with. Why? Because they cause problems with me on an internal basis. And yes, my health relationship, if you hear me say me and I and all those type of stuff, is personal. This is about me. It's about my health. It's about not just my physical health, but my mental health as well. And knowing that those two things are tied together really strongly in my life makes it important to me to get them both on track. And really and truly, them getting on track needs to kind of coincide. It needs to be like these two things are in sync. That one, if somebody upsets me, then my default is not to go on here and push my feelings down with food. It if the person is able to listen to what I'm saying and I'm able to hear what they're saying and we're able to talk it out, that is what I would call a decent, healthy relationship. But when everything is one sided, or it's when I want to, but I don't ever know when you want to, and then it's strained and all of that kind of stuff, I can tell you with all truth that I used to wade through that type of stuff and try to correct it. If you're in a relationship, two people are, it's this type of thing of information and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm thinking that unless I'm way off, both people should be working on that. And so when I came to that conclusion, I was like, I already knew that I'm only responsible for myself. But the thing is like I said, on that desk, I know when I mail that letter that it's gonna be the death of a friendship because this person is not willing to listen. They're not willing to speak. So when I'm saying one thing and you don't agree with what I'm saying or you see another way of looking at it, you're not even comfortable enough within yourself at this age and with this much skin in the game. As well, and I say skin in the game, I don't mean like taking friendship lightly. I'm just saying, to me, friendships ought to be like old marriages. After a while, we just running, I know what you finna say, you know what I'm finna say, I know what sets you off, you know what sets me off. We know what a good time is and we know what a not so good time is. And then we work together to do the good for the other person while that person is working together to do the good for you. At this point, it should be like that, but it's not. And so, about a month ago, I wrote this letter. Actually, it's over a month old. And it was in relation to, and I didn't just write the letter, I didn't leave the person hanging. I honestly did speak with her, and just kind of put it out there and just say, this is where I'm at. And I feel like we have a lot of time um, invested in this relationship, but for it to move forward, we need to be like talking, and it needs to not be about problems all the time because nobody's having problems all the time, but for some reason that's the only time we're talking. And I'm more than that, and I would think that you would think that more of me than that. And so this is the crux of what I'm talking about. So when I read that on the front of that magazine, are you ready for change? I just had to sit and think about it and just say, yes, I really am ready for change. I haven't always been able to say that because sometimes you just want stuff to stay status quo where you don't have to do any additional work. But I don't mind doing the work at this point. I really don't. I really don't. If it's going to come out for the good of those around me, in addition to, I'm getting benefit from it and everything, I'm all right with that. So I did get a badge or whatever you want to call it today. Let me see if I can keep this thing still enough to, that's the time. I don't know if that's showing up clear or what. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, it's 10,490 steps is what that is. And what I did was that stuff was sure this morning, and I'm gonna bust up on her again in the morning and see if I can go past 20 minutes. But she won't be my only workout. But I did this evening, Jessica Smith, because I'm not playing around with, not getting my steps in and stuff. But I just wanted to give y'all that to think about, just a little bit of food for thought and see if you are really ready for change, okay? And just take that into consideration. Not telling nobody what to do, how to think, and how to be. Just saying that it's more to it than just us getting up being active. We got to do some other things. All right, y'all have a good evening. Toodles.